Hi, second grade. This is Mrs. Van Heisty, and this is for writing. And today we are going to be writing about what our animals eat. You might have guessed that since I assigned you to read about what narwhals eat, what is their diet yesterday. So we're going to be using that as a model for us today. And you can see I've got my zebra virtual background. So you know I'm going to be writing about zebras. Okay, so let's take a super quick look at the narwhal paragraphs that you read yesterday, the narwhal diet. Okay, let me share screen. All right, you should be seeing that now. So there's our narwhal diet. And diet just means what they eat. It doesn't mean they're going on a diet. When we talk about animal diets, we just mean what they eat. Okay, so we're going to read this together. Narwhals are carnivores. That means their diet is made up of meat. They do not eat plants. Narwhals prey on Arctic Ocean fish like Greenland halibut, cod, and cuttlefish. They also eat shrimp and squid. Okay, this paragraph is going to be really important to us. It starts out by telling us if our animal, the narwhal, is a carnivore or an herbivore or an omnivore. Carnivores mean they eat meat. We've talked about this in class, but I'm just reminding you. Herbivores mean they eat plants only, and omnivores mean they eat plants and meat. So you are an omnivore. All right, so you're going to want to mention that in your paragraph as well. All right, if you didn't find that out in your research, you need to go find that out. Or maybe you found out what they ate, and so then you'll know whether they're a carnivore or an omnivore. All right, so we see that a narwhal is a carnivore, it eats meat, and so then it's important if your animal is a carnivore to tell us what your animals prey on. What do they eat? So no matter what your animal is, you're going to list the things that you found out that your animal eats, and you can even see that we've used commas in our list here, okay? Let us go and read the second paragraph. Narwhals use echolocation to find their prey. Narwhals send out sound waves. Here they are in our text feature. So those are the sound waves going out. The sound waves will hit the prey and bounce back. So here's our sound waves coming back toward the narwhal. The narwhal will be able to figure out the distance, size, and shape of their prey. And then they also listen for things like how their prey is swimming and things like that. Then narwhals swim quickly toward their prey and suck them up. Many people think that narwhals spear their prey with their tusks, but that is not true. All right, this paragraph is important because if your animal is a carnivore and eats meat, you're going to want to tell us something about how your animal gets that meat. What do they do to hunt that meat? So that's why they're telling us all about this process of echolocation for the narwhal. But you're going to tell us how your animal gets its food. So, for example, if you were writing about wolves, you would write about how they hunt in packs because that's an important part of what they eat. Okay, if you didn't find that out in your research, you probably will need to do some more research to find that out. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing, and before I go to share my data, I had a little bit of a video for you that I will share. That shows you what an echo is, just in case you're not sure. We don't really talk about that at school, so hopefully everybody knows what an echo is. But I found this one is special for you. Okay, listening. Do you hear how what he plays, you hear it again? That's the echo. And I picked this one because he's echoing off what looks like the Grand Canyon. And so you hear that the sound that bounces back is usually a little bit quieter, but it's the same sound. Let's listen for a few more minutes. Pretty cool, huh? All right, and so that's kind of what the narwhal uses for catching their prey. And other animals use that same process as well, echolocation, like bats. All right, now we're going to move on and find out what Mrs. Van Heistie's zebras eat. All right, so I've got to go to my research notes. All righty, and you should be seeing those now. Let's get rid of that one. All righty, and so what they eat. Taking a quick look here. I learned that zebras are herbivores. They eat only plants. Remember, they're from the horse family, so that probably wouldn't surprise most people to hear that they eat only plants, because horses only eat plants too, like grass and hay. All right, so zebras only eat plants, and they're always moving around. I thought that was interesting. They're always moving around to find food, their food, which is grass and water. And it kind of didn't surprise me, because I was thinking, well, if you stayed in one place, you ate up all the grass, you'd have to move somewhere else to find more, right? So it didn't really surprise me, but they're always moving around. This was interesting. They wear down their teeth from so much chewing. So their teeth grow for their whole life. All right. So yours don't keep growing once they come in. But zebras keep growing because they keep grinding them down. So they need them to keep growing so that they have something to chew with. And then just like in our narwhal paragraph, it said they also eat shrimp and squid. I found out mine also eat leaves and buds, like new sprouts from plants, okay? All right, so there is my data. And now I'm ready to do some typing. I'm gonna type a paragraph. So I'm gonna open up my paper that I've been typing so far. You guys have all seen it because I type it for you. You, of course, are writing in your writer's notebook. You're not typing, okay? Here I am. And the first thing that I'm going to do, and I can do this easily because I'm typing, yours is going to be different, all right? I'm going to write a header for the things that I've been doing. Remember that I can use a subheading, which is a text feature that tells me what a section of something is about. So we see that a lot in our Scholastic news. We see subheadings that tell us what each little section is about. So this one was about what zebras look like. So I'm going to put that heading in for the typing that I already did. And that way I won't get mixed up with that. And then I'm kind of going to move that out of my way so you guys don't have to keep looking at that. So now that I'm writing a new paragraph, I'm going to write a new subheading. And I think you guys could do that today. You could add a subheading to your stuff that you already wrote about what your animal looks like. So you could say what a moose looks like or what a sea turtle looks like and put that in as a subheading. And then today you're going to start a new one and you're going to say what zebras eat. All right, or you could say zebras diet or whatever subheading you want to use, okay? Yours obviously won't be zebras, all right? All right, so now I'm going to do some typing, and we saw from my notes that my animal is an herbivore. So I'm going to just say that, all right? So I'm going to do a tab, that's my indenting. So zebras are herbivores. Herbivores. There we go. All righty. They eat plants. Okay, so now I've told what that means. Zebras are herbivores, they eat plants. Okay. Specifically, I can do this easily. You're going to do your spelling best you can for now. Specifically, they eat grass. And now I'm going to put in a comma, and lots of it. They are eating all the time. So they have to move around to find sources of grass and water. Okay? So you're going to write, is your animal an herbivore or carnivore? It'd be nice if you write a second grade sentence about that. Tell us what it means. Okay. Tell us what your animal eats. So I've said that my animal eats grass and a lot of it, and they have to move around to get it, right? All right. And now I want to make sure that I add that extra little sentence in there about the other things that they eat. So I'm going to put that in just like they did about the narwhal. Remember the shrimp and the squid? They also eat leaves and the buds of new plants. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences already. So I'm going to stop there because you know what's going to happen tomorrow. We're going to fix that paragraph a little bit, make it even better. You could make yours perfect today. That would be great. But it should have a minimum of 4 sentences. When I say minimum, that means I put in the least effort that I could. Okay. I want you to put in lots of efforts. And how did I tell how many sentences mine had? Look at all those periods. Okay. So I want to see periods in yours. So it's going to be a good idea for you to do what I was just doing. I did it for you because I'm making a video, but it's a good idea for you to read yours out loud like I just did. Zebras are herbivores. When you do that, if a sentence doesn't sound right, then you know there's got to be something in there I need to fix. Okay. And you can really hear what it sounds like by reading it out loud. It will also help you find those places where you need periods. So when you read, zebras are herbivores, they eat plants, I'm going to be reading it like this: zebras are herbivores. Oh, pause. Wait a second. If I'm pausing, that means I might need some punctuation like a period. All right, so that's what I want you to do today. I want you to write a paragraph, at least 4 sentences, making sure you've got those periods and the capitals, okay? Take a picture and show me on Seesaw, and then we will work on fixing it a little bit tomorrow and writing another paragraph tomorrow, okay?